Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kwame. Today we're going to look at how you guys can migrate to Western Australia. As you guys have heard, the government have allocated 10,000 places for this year and next year. So when I say this year and next year, so starting from 1st of July this year to the end of June 2025, the government has given Western Australia the green light to bring in 10,000 skilled migrants. Now this 10,000 skilled migrants are going to be divided into two. So 5,000 for the state nomination migration route and also 5,000 for the DAMA route. If you are watching me and you are experienced, you have experience in the construction industry, you have experience in the health and aged care industry, you have your experience in the hospitality and tourism industry, you have experience in the agricultural industry and many more, and you are thinking of migrating to Australia, then please watch this video till the end, because I'm going to share a lot of vital information with you guys. If you want to come to Australia this year, then please also look at Western Australia. Before we do this deep dive, please know that I'm not a migration agent, so please use any advice in this video as general advice only. I'll see you guys on the other side. Okay guys, so when we come to the Home Affairs website, the news section, by the way, so if you guys want all the latest news in regards to migrating to Australia, then please save this link, okay? So eme.homeaffairs.gov.au/newsmedia/archives. I'm going to leave this link in the description section below. Trust me, almost everyone giving updates in regards to how you guys can migrate to Australia, they get the news from this website. So when we come here, there was a news that was published on the 1st of July 2024, and it states new designated area migration agreement for Western Australia. Okay, so I'm not going to read all. Okay, so the Western Australia DAMA combined with Western Australia's existing state nominated migration program will enable up to 10,000 overseas. Okay, so 10,000 overseas workers to settle in Western Australia annually and help address the critical workforce shortage in the state. So if you are overseas and you are thinking of migrating to Australia, then please target Western Australia, because they've been given the green light to bring in 10,000 skilled workers. Also, when we go on the westernaustralian.gov.au, okay, there was an article here that states that skilled worker boost to ease labor shortage. Okay, again you can see 10,000 here. So when we go inside, it says the new deal will help to expand the state's former allocation under the state nominated migration program, bringing it to 5,000 migration places. So that's for the skilled migration route. I'm going to explain later. And when we come down here to the Western Australia DAMA, will also provide 5,000 migration places. So yes, this is the real deal, okay? And yes, they've been given the green light. So let's quickly go on the Western Australian website now. Okay guys, so if you want to learn anything in regards to migrating to Western Australia, then this website, okay, migration.westernaustralia.gov.au. so migration.wa.gov.au. I'm going to leave this link in the description section below. Trust me, any information you want in regards to migrating to Western Australia, you'll find on this website. We're going to talk about the two, okay, so the SNMP and the DAMA. So when we come here, we have the state nominated migration program. We are going to talk about this now, and when I finish with this, we'll also look at the designated area migration agreement. So the DAMA for only Western Australia. I'm only talking about Western Australia in this video. So let's come to the state nominated migration program. So when we say state nominated migration program, is basically let's say if you are like a skilled worker living back home in your home country, you have a certain skills that is listed on the skills occupation list. They need people that have this sort of skills to migrate to Western Australia, come and work. If you go through the state nominated migration program, you are targeting two visas. So when we come here, we have the visa subclass 190. So 190 basically means if you are granted this visa, you'll be able to work anywhere in Western Australia. We also have the visa subclass 491. So 491 is basically you targeting a regional area. For you to be eligible for this visa, 1, your skills needs to be on the skills occupation list. 2, you need to make sure you have a positive skills assessment. 3, you need to make sure you are under the age of 45. And 4, you need to make sure you have over 65 points. I'm going to explain this. So these are basically the sort of criteria you need to meet, okay, for you to be able to express your interest for Western Australia, to nominate you and also invite you for you to come and work in Western Australia permanently. So in case you want to use this route, you're watching me, where should you start? Check if your skills or your occupation is listed on the Western Australian occupation list. So how do you find that? On this same link, come all the way down. Okay, there's got a lot of information here you guys can read. It's got all the stages. I'm not going to bombard you with that. Okay, so once you get here, you can type in a certain occupation to, let's say if you're like a plumber, a bricklayer, like an engineer, yeah, you can just type it here, but I don't do that. Or you can also select which sort of visa you want to apply for. Okay, so just come here and go show all, and this will list all the skills occupation that are in high demand in Western Australia. Yep, so the skills goes on and on. So we have the administrative and support services, agriculture, forestry, fishing, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. So if your skills, your occupation is listed here, then that is first tick. Okay, so the list goes on and on and on and on and on. The second thing for you to do is, once your skills is listed here, now check your eligibility. 1, your age. You need to make sure you are under the age of 45. And when I say 45, not that you've like you've got maybe 2 months and you'll be turning 45, because the process can take time. Okay, so let's say if you are 42, 43, or you just turned 44 and you want to target this, then you can start the process. So if your occupation is listed, check. You are under the age of 45, check. Now you need to make sure that you have at least 65 points. I've got a link here. It's called the points calculator. So what are we targeting? If you are targeting a state, you'll basically be looking at visa subclass 190 and also visa subclass 491. So let's say if you are targeting the visa subclass 190, when you click here, then you can go through this to check how many points you have. What you are basically looking for is you need to reach at least 65 points. If you want to get in, to know more about these points testing calculator, just click here. So once you've selected the skilled nominated visa subclass 190, you come here, you click on the point table, and this will give you the breakdown. Okay, so let's say for example, if you are the ages between 18 and 25, you get 25 points. Ages between 40 and 45, you get 15 points. Yeah, so it goes on and it gives you all the breakdown. Sorry guys, I'm not going to waste time here. I just wanted to show you guys. So if you do this and you score like at least 65 points, then you move on to the next. And the next thing is getting your skills assessment done. So let's say you are a bricklayer. So when a bricklayer, what you basically do is you click on here, it's going to give you the details. You need a minimum point of 65. Once you have these points, so for bricklayer, now the next step is for you to do your skills assessment. So how do you get to know the body that's going to do your skills assessment? So when you come here, I've got another link here, the skills occupation list. Just basically come here, type in bricklayer, go search. Yeah, so when you go search, just scroll down and it's going to give you the details. Okay, and when you come down here, it says assessing authority is the TRA. Okay, so when we go on the TRA website, so Trades Recognition Australia, so this is where you get your skills assessment done. You basically give them all your qualification, all your work experience and all the documents they are going to request. Okay, and they'll assess your qualification to see if the sort of skill sets and qualification you have back in your home country is equivalent or meets the Australian standard. If it meets the Australian standard, they'll give you something called the positive skills assessment. Once you get the, what do you call it, your positive skills assessment, then we have something called the Skills Select program. You go through that to express your interest, selecting 190 and also 491. You express your interest to the Western Australian government for them to nominate you so you can come and live and work in Western Australia. I hope this makes sense. In case you need help with your skill assessment, just let me know and I can help you with the process. I'm going to leave my email in the description section below. Just email me and I'll take you through the process. Yep, so I'll reset, and when you come down here, it says 2024 to 2025 invitation rounds. So ranking system, again, it gives you a lot of details here, and they've listed the sort of occupations that are hot in Western Australia. So building and construction, healthcare and social assistance, hospitality and tourism, and education and training. So current invitation rounds, they don't have any rounds yet, but you can also go back 2023 to 2024 invitation rounds, then look at how many were invited in regards to 190 and 491. And when you can also go back to 2022 2023, and you'll be able to see the numbers that were invited. Yeah, so this link is really helpful. So that's basically how to come through using the SNMP. So when we come here, we have the DAMA, Designated Area Migration Agreement. So this is basically an agreement with the state and also the Australian government. Okay, so they basically give concession to employers that are struggling to find employees, to find workers. The government are basically giving them the green light to bring in skilled workers, but when they bring in the skilled workers, they give them some sort of concessions. They are not as strict as using the SNMP. Okay, the state nominated migration program. They are very lenient, and this is what I term unskilled. So if you're someone that you want to come through to work and live in Western Australia, but you are struggling to meet some sort of requirement, then you looking at the DAMA is going to really help you. When I say DAMA, is basically you coming here to work under visa surplus 482 494 186. So you can read more in regards to the DAMA. So I'm not going to read all. Okay, but for an employer to be given the green light, they need to be endorsed by the Designated Area Representative, the DAR. Okay, so when it comes to the DAMA for Western Australia, okay, they've got 4 DAMAs. So they've got the Goldfields, okay, they've got a Kimberley, the Pilbara, and the Southwest Western Australia. So when we look at the map, so the Kimberley is the one at the top here, the Pilbara is here, the Goldfields is also here, and also the Southwest. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, they've all got the green light. Yeah, employers that are here can go through the DAMA. Okay, so if you're someone that is watching and want to go through the DAMA, you can target either the Kimberley, the Pilbara, the Goldfields, and also the Southwest. Also with the DAMA comes a lot of benefits. What you also need to do is, 1, you need to make sure your occupation is listed on the sort of DAMA you want to target. So if it's the Goldfields, I'm going to show you guys in a little bit, the Kimberley, the Pilbara, the Southwest, you have to make sure your occupation is listed there, and you also have to make sure that the requirement is either you have concession on that requirement, it's either they've waived some sort of requirement for you guys. Most times, yes, you still have to go get your skills assessment done. Sometimes you don't even need to provide English IELTS. Okay, so there are a lot of concession, but the concession is based on the certain occupation. I'll do a demonstration for you guys very soon. So again, yeah, if you want to know the process is all right here. And also, if you want to know the sort of occupations, it's really easy. You can just come here, select the sort of visa, either visa surplus 482, 494, or 186. You can select the sort of region, or you can just go show all, and this will basically show all the occupations that are in the DAMA. I want to make this really easy for you guys. Again, I'm going to leave this link in the description section below. Okay, so to make this easy for you guys, let's go to the actual DAMA website. So I've got all the individual DAMA websites here. Okay, I'm going to leave all this link in the description section below. So when it comes to the individual DAMA website, so this is basically for the gold fields. Yeah, they've got the process here, and also Goldfields DAMA occupation list. They've got their top occupations. So the Goldfields DAMA program has about 145 occupations eligible for sponsorship. Again, if you want to know all these 145 occupations, just click on the link here. Yeah, so as you guys can see here, Goldfields DAMA occupations and concession list, updated May 2024. So just take your time and go through, and if you have any concessions, it's going to say yes or no. Yeah, so English language concession may apply. If it says yes, then that means you don't need your IELTS. So age or disabled carer, yep, English language concession may apply. We've got yes here. Testament, we've got yes here. So they have a lot of concessions, yeah, when it comes to the gold field. So again, I'll leave this link in the description section below. Please suit yourself. There's another DAMA here. This is the Pilbara. Okay, so the Pilbara DAMA. Again, they have a lot of information on the website. If you want to look at the occupation list, just click here and voila. So again, they've got all the occupations here. They've got a skill assessment level. Okay, so English language concession. So do you need IELTS? It's going to say yes or no. So no means you don't get a concession. Yes means you get a concession. Okay, so when you look at occupations here, so for example, a baker. If you are a baker and want to come and work in Western Australia, English language concession, that means you don't need to provide any IELTS. If it says yes, then you are lucky. Age concession, you can be 55 to apply. Okay, PR pathway, yes. Testament, yes and no. Again, so take your time and go through. Okay, so that's the Pilbara one. Let's also look at the Southwest DAMA. So this is the Southwest DAMA, and again, they'll have a lot of information here. When it comes to the occupations in demand too, they are going to list all here. So again, this is their skills occupation list. Just go through. Okay, I'm not going to waste a lot of time here. And again, they will all have their, what do you call it, their concessions. If it says, so English language concession, that means you don't need IELTS. If it says no, then that means you still need to provide. If it says yes, then you can have a concession. So this gives you all the information you need. And the last one, the Kimberley. Yeah, and it goes on and on. So I'm going to leave all these links in the description section below. Please take your time and go through the DAMA. Now, I know most of you are going to ask, so Kwame, let's say I'm a bricklayer in Ghana. I have a lot of experience. I'm like 45 to, let's say, 55. Yeah, but I cannot get the IELTS. That is okay. But I don't have any qualification to meet this criteria. Guys, there's still ways around this. Okay, so in Australia, they have something called RPL, Recognition of Prior Learning. What this basically means is if you have experience in a certain field but you don't have the qualification, you can still get your certificate. Okay, they'll assess you based on your experience, so you can send your resume, something to prove that you are working in the industry. If you have videos to show, okay, you send them videos, pictures, and based on that, yeah, they'll use that to assess you. And if you meet certain requirements, they'll give you an Australian qualification, and you can use this Australian qualification to apply for your skills assessment. And once you get a positive skill assessment, you can look for an employer to sponsor you. So if you need help with that too, or you need to discuss more in regards to that, I'm going to leave my email in the description section below. Just shoot me an email and let's talk. Also, Western Australia got something like that. Okay, so getting your skills recognized. So as you guys can see here, they have all the occupations here: automotive electrician, so offshore skills assessment program. They have programs that can get you the right qualification, and you can use that to go through the skills assessment. Okay, so again, if you are you have the sort of skills but no qualification, just reach out and let's see if we can help you to get your qualification first, then go through the skill assessment so you can use that to migrate to Australia. So that's in regards to the DAMA. So let's say you've got your positive skills assessment and you are now looking for an employer. What do you basically do? Okay, so you have all your requirements, but you are now looking for an employer. Again, you can register your interest, okay, to the Western Australian government. So Skilled Migrant Employment Register. They have for the employers and they also have for you guys. Okay, so when you come all the way down here, okay, you can go through this. I think I've already done a video in regards to this, but I'll quickly go through here. So what you basically have to do is once you register here, your name goes on the list and employers will go and look for you, okay, and they'll reach out to you and be like, hey, I'm from so and so, what do you call it, a regional area, and I'd love to work with you, and they'll take you through the process. So it's a simple register. I'm going to leave this link in the description section below. What you basically have to do is go through here. So current residence, okay, if you're not living in Australia, you just select overseas, okay, then you go your current residential status, you just say intending to migrate to Western Australia, or let's say if you have your visa application in process, you select that one. Okay, so let's select these two. So intending to migrate to Western Australia. Okay, preferred employment status, you want all casual, full-time, part-time. Yep, if you don't select all, just select full-time. They want someone that wants to work full-time. Okay, preferred work location, boss, if you can select a certain DAMA you want to go to, then select that DAMA, or just select the whole of Western Australia. Desired occupation, you can add your occupation here. So let's say bricklayer. Yeah, bricklayer, you can add as many bricklayers you want, then you just go apply. Okay, as easy as that. So that's the first thing you can do. For an employer to be to be eligible to employ someone under the DAMA, they need to get the green light, and some of these employers have already gotten the green light from Western Australian government and from the government, and these employers are ready to employ people. So what you basically do is, I'm also going to leave this link in the description section below. So nominating a position, so this link is really good. You can have a lot of read in regards to here, but what I'm looking for is the list of current labor agreements. So when you click on here, then you come here. So list of current labor agreements are employers that have already gotten their labor agreements and are ready to sponsor people to come and live and work in Australia. So we are talking about Western Australia. So what you basically have to do is to come here, okay, and select the sort of DAMA you want to target. We are targeting the Southwest DAMA, that is one. We are also targeting the Pilbara DAMA, as you can see here. I'll select that one. We are targeting the for those that are HK and this they've got a positive skill assessment and are looking for employer. More employers have already joined the labor agreement, so you can click on there. Okay, so Great South Coast DAMA, we'll click on here. We are looking at the Goldfields. Yep, we'll click on the Goldfields. And East Kimberley. Okay, so click on here. Oh, I think I selected one. I meant to only get 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think this one is part. Okay, so you have the Southwest DAMA, the Pilbara, the Goldfields, and the East Kimberley. So these are all in regards to Western Australia. Okay, and when you come down here, all these companies, they have basically gotten the green light to employ people. You see, Goldfields DAMA, and that's the name of the company. So what you basically do, you copy the name, you go on Google, go to their contact us page, and you email them that you want them to sponsor you. As easy as that. This is you thinking outside of the box. So you have all the employers here, okay, and the list goes on, and you have like page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so take your time and go through all these employers, okay, and email them that, hey, you've gotten your positive skills assessment, you are ready to come and work for them, and they'll take you through the process if you are lucky. It's not going to be easy for them to get back to you, but keep trying. So this is another way. Another way is for you to just go on LinkedIn. I think I've already done a video in regards to this. So go on LinkedIn, type in here and look for an employer to sponsor you. As easy as that. I'm not going to waste time here because I've done a video in regards to this. I'll leave the link to that video in the description section below. And the last but not the least, of course, you can also go on Seek. Okay, so what are you looking for? Let's say we want sponsorship in regards to visa 482. So I type in 482 visa sponsorship. Let's say this one. I'm not going to put anything here. For the location, we look for Western Australia. So all Perth, Western Australia. I'll just select Western Australia WA and I'll just go Seek. Yep, and you have all the jobs here. Okay, so all the jobs will be listed here. Once you click, it's going to populate here, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Okay, so these are all ways for you to look for employers to to sponsor you. Again, we go on the next page and the lists are all here. As easy as that. Okay, so just a quick recap. One, register your interest with the Western Australian government. I highly recommend that. Go through the list of the employers that have already gotten their labor agreement. Search on LinkedIn, search on Seek. Even if an employer is not so let's say we come here. Yep, I remove the 482 and I just search for employers in Western Australia. Okay, let's say you're a bricklayer. You can select the classification here, and the employer hasn't gotten their their DAMA. You can just send them the link, and they'll go through the DAMA process so they can get their labor agreement done. They can get the approval for them to nominate you, so they can invite you to come and work in Western Australia. I hope this is clear. And there you go, guys. As I've stated, I'm going to leave all the links in the description section below. Please take your time and also do some deep dive for yourself. If today is the first time you're coming on this channel and if not subscribed yet, please click on that subscribe button and share this video so the YouTube algorithm will promote this video so a lot of people can watch. My name is Kwame. I cannot wait to see most of you guys in Australia very soon. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.